Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to today's deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the Trap Shaddolls deck that I've literally won 2 locals back to back with. This is my most updated version, and it's tailored to be like post like Dytron becomes, I guess, injected into the metagame. And yeah, guys, we're going to jump right into it. Overall, the deck is really strong. It's a budget variant. You should be able to buy most of these cards at like a pretty decent price. And there's not really anything too crazy expensive in the deck. And it's a very strong contender. So like no Nadir servants, none of that stuff. So if you guys can't afford that, because I know some people were looking at my Shaddolls deck and they're seeing like the Dog Mansion and all this stuff, and they're like, "Yo, Pack, yo, can we get a budget version that's actually good?" And I actually like, I think there's a misconception or like there's a stigma associated that when you play a budget deck, like a budget deck or a deck that doesn't use expensive cards, your deck is not as good. But in reality, this budget variant is actually very strong even without playing the expensive cards. And that's what I really want to show you guys. I playtest this deck, and you guys see the results yourselves if you guys watch me live on my twitch.tv/pack_official_TCG, where I take decks like this to locals and just like clap up the meta decks. I actually played like 3 virtuals back to back, then I won every single match on stream, where resolving Shaddolls Fusion was just enough, or like you can just crack through their board with like the trap cards. So it's really good. But let's jump right into the profile now. So we played triple of the Wendy, triple of the Squamata, 2 of the Ariel. Ariel is really strong this format. Like it can banish all the Dytron names, right? You can also use Ariel to banish like all the Golden Lord spell or traps. Like it's very strong for that reason. So I really like Ariel at 2 this format, and with Schism, the effect of Ariel is a lot more relevant now. You play 1 Shaddolls Beast, 1 Dragon, 1 Hedgehog, and 1 Falco. So these are all the extra utility ones. Beast is really good for the draw. Dragon's good for the back row. Hedgehog is really good for adding spell traps or adding another name. And then Falco can like helps you stay in the grind game. So these are all the Shaddolls monsters I play. And then I play a very small Dog Mansion, but I don't play Nadir Servants. And it's mainly just because like these cards are like the best ones you want to see, because they're basically light monsters to send with for Shaddolls Fusion. I originally was maining Nibiru, but I realized Nibiru wasn't as good, and I'd rather play like something in my deck to send that was actually like a little bit more relevant. Like I could have played Trick Clown, I could have played a Golden Lord, but I decided just to play this because these are more relevant if you draw them than any of the other stuff. Then I played 3 Ash Blossom as my last hand trap. Yeah, Ash Blossom is just like really good around. It stops Red Eyes Fusion, and that's like the main thing that you should be afraid of. And so Ash is like really strong. So that's the main deck. And then for the spells, we play 3 Shaddolls Fusion, 3 Super Poly, and then 1 L. So the theory is like Shaddolls Fusion is really insane at going second. Like even if they essentially make VFD against you, when you resolve the Shaddolls Fusion, you can pretty much send Ariel and Wendy and make App Cologne, and because they're gonna call Darks most of the time, so that allows you to essentially special summon a monster and then banish their follow-up play. So in the following turn, you can just torrential them and like win the game. So Super Poly is really good because there's a lot more light monsters in the format, and it makes Super Poly really strong for that reason. So the thing with Super Poly that you can do is you can go like normal summon any Shaddolls monster and then use priority Super Poly to Super Poly away their VFD and your Shaddolls monster, and that's really strong. So this is a card that not a lot of people are expecting right now, but it's a really strong card to like combat any situation. You can Super Poly against Dytron monsters, right? And then make Construct, and then Construct send Ariel, banish their entire graveyard, and then that's really powerful as well. You can Super Poly against Ellic, right? And then Golden Lands, and like essentially it helps you get engine and then kill them. And also like of course after you Super Poly with them, make Constructs and Ariel, banish all their traps, right? So Super Poly is really strong right now. It's definitely unexpected, and it's like just really good at like because of the fact that your opponent can respond to it. And then 1 El Shaddolls because you play Schism, so you don't really need El Shaddolls as much. You're not really trying to fusion summon turn 1. You're trying to kind of just like set traps and set Shaddolls monsters, and that's like kind of like the game plan. You play like a little bit slower in this variant, but you'll find out that you outgrind every deck with the Shaddolls cards. For the trap, we play triple Torrential because it's like a pseudo starter. When you like set Torrential and set Squamata, like that gets you access to your plays. So Torrential is really strong, and against Virtual, which is one of the best decks right now, right? Supposedly one of the best decks, Torrential is just an insane blowout. Being able to go Torrential, dump Squamata, and then banish their grave is like really nice. So Torrential is like really strong, and it's really good going second as well. You play one Resh because you want to be able to loop your construct in a grindy matchup, and there's a lot more grind decks in the format. Two Ice Dragon, two Paleo. Um, Ice Dragon is like kind of decent against Dytron. It's actually terrible against Dytron, but it's really good against like Virtual World. So I played that too. Then I played two of the Paleo because it's a Mystic Mine out, but also because it's a nice way to like banish the Virtual World trap cards. You can banish the Elec trap cards, and then you can trigger Shaddolls monsters, so it becomes like a pseudo starter if you draw the Shaddolls monsters. You can play 2/2 because if you play Trap Trick, like they're searchable. Two Schism because I'm a coward and I'm afraid because people are main decking Cosmic Cyclone. So I want the second one in case one gets Cosmic. Triple Sinister Shadow Game. This is like probably one of the best cards in the deck. It triggers any Shaddolls monsters in your deck. So this is just so good. Being able to pop a back row, draw a card, set a monster, banish for 3 cards. It's just like really, really strong. And the ability to like flip up face down monsters makes any of your Shaddolls monsters forms of interruption. So what I mean by this is like you can like set Squamata, activate this, flip the Squamata up, pop a monster, send Ariel, banish 3 cards, like all that good stuff. You can also go like Sinister Shadow Game, flip up Ariel summon like Construct from your banish off Schism, trigger Construct sends any name, which gets you any effect. Like it's just like really insane. This card is like probably one of the best cards in the deck. The utility is nuts. Then 3 Dogmatica Punishment because it's a starter in this deck. Punishment is a lot better when you don't send Intis. When you send Ab Cologne, it's so broken. So you just play triple punishment, and then Ecclesia is a 4th version of the punishment. That doesn't like lose your hand traps. So, like punishment is like really strong right now. So it's like 40 card main deck. Then we'll go into like the extra deck. I play 1 Omega. And then I played the Link package, which is Gravity Controller, Lambda. It's a Light Link 2, Construct Link, Celine, and then the Access Code Talker. The only really expensive thing in this list is like definitely the Access Code Talker, but it's really easy for you to like link climb into Access Code with Celine. And Celine can actually bring back Ab Cologne and then negate a card on your opponent's side of the field. So Celine's really, really good. And then you play the Shaddolls Link 2 or Shaddolls Construct Link 2 because there's a lot of situations where you're gonna have a lot of two flip effect monsters, which means that you need to essentially like to convert them to a construct link, and then this card is really broken in like a grind game because you can recur back every turn and trigger your Shaddolls monsters every single turn, and be able to like make construct with this and get access to your fusion cards without fusion summoning or drawing a fusion spell. It's really, really strong. Then we play 1 Intis, 2 Winda, 3 Ab Cologne because of punishment, and then 3 constructs, and that's pretty much it for the extra deck. So yeah, 15 card extra. Really like that. And then we play for the side deck. We play 2 Lancia, 3 Nibiru, 2 Meister, 2 of the Crows, and then 1 of the Bell. There should be a second Bell here, but I don't own it because I lent it to a friend. So this should be pretty much 11 cards. So 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. Just because the diversity in the hand traps. And then Lancia and Nibiru is really good against Virtual World, but you don't really struggle against that deck anyways. But you put in the Nibiru so that it's a light monster, and it can like really stop their whole turn. They don't draw optimal, which they never do unless you get lucky. And then Meister, Crow, and Bell are just like good for like the Elec decks. It's like good against Dytrons. Like Crow is like pretty good. Bell is like really nice too against like Sanguine decks because you can like Bell the Sanguine and stuff like that. So. And the Meister is like really good against Dinos because you struggle a little bit against Dinos, and so like being able to like Meister the miss effect is really good. And then we play Feather Duster and 3 Evening Match, because in your deck you want to just blow them out, and Evening Match is a better blowout card in like control decks right now. So Evening Match is like a really, really strong card that will just blow your opponent out, and then you can like set your Shaddolls monsters, set your trap cards, and then pretty much win the game from there. And when you go like even +1 or +2 off Evening Match, it's really hard for your opponent to like win in a game state where like Shaddolls monsters are plussing you infinite every turn. So that's pretty much the deck profile, guys. It's pretty quick. If you guys have any questions, like you guys can come to my stream and then ask me. But I played this deck not too long ago, like probably like 2 or 3 days ago, back-to-back days, and I really, really liked it. You can also check the VOD yourself to just see the gameplay with this deck. This deck is very, very strong, and I really enjoy it. I think Shaddolls is like an insane meta call in the meta right now. And the trap version is a lot better because it doesn't lose to VFD. So that's the reason why I don't choose to play like the invoked variant or anything like that, because when you get VFD, it's really hard to play. But in this variant, like you can get VFD, set Shaddolls monsters, set trap cards, and then win the game. Like it's just that good. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys enjoyed the deck profile, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on the list. If you have any other questions, and as always, guys, appreciate all your support. And don't forget to check out the Twitch when you get a chance. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.